Happy New Year. Hopefully 2025 is super successful for all of you and all of us here. And obviously a very happy New Year to all the people who are watching us live. We are coming to you live from Chennai, and I think this is our first launch in Chennai after the pandemic. So our first launch in Chennai in this decade. So we are obviously super excited to be bringing you this amazing product from the house of Xiaomi. For all of you who are watching us, there are hashtags if you want to kind of play along. There's hashtag Redmi 14C and there's hashtag 2025G. And we'll talk a bit more about that. So again, and the reason for that is our phones have been doing exceedingly well. So as of 2024, we are leaders or amongst the leaders in Latin America, Europe, Asia, of course in India and the Southeast Asia part of it. Doing really well. We are actually in the top 3 in 52 markets that we play and top 5 in 69 countries. So we've been really doing well. On the smartphone side, of course, we have huge ambitions. But we also know Xiaomi as more than a smartphone company. So we also are doing really well on the tablet side. Now, tablets is something that we only started looking at as Xiaomi in 2022. And in just 2 to 3 years, we've already become in the top 5 across the world. When we look at the top 5 players, actually Xiaomi is the fastest growing. And good news for all our consumers and our Xiaomi fans. In fact, the Xiaomi Pad 7 is coming to India on the 10th of January, which is this Friday. So this is something that you can look forward to. But not just tablets, we also extended into other what we call human categories or personal devices. So smartwatches and your TWS earbuds have been doing really well. So in 2024 we hit record highs for both, with wearables actually growing home. And this ecosystem, this philosophy, of course, we are the global leaders. We launched our first ever electric car. It's called the Xiaomi SU7. It's been breaking records in China where it's launched. And of course, because we've started this year, here's a very special limited edition SU7 that you will see on the roads fairly soon. But it's not just about the SU7. SU7 as a car has broken records across the world. Consumers have loved it. But in 2025, 7 Ultra. Now the SU7 Ultra, in fact, is an amazing car. For Xiaomi, we've been selling cars for less than a year, but we already have a car which is a world record holder. So it's the fastest 4-door car in the world. We've not launched this yet in the market, but in 2025 you will definitely see that. First ever SUV. So this is the YU7. Xiaomi YU7. Right now, I can't disclose too many details, except for the fact that you can see it looks unlike any other SUV out there. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and of course, being a Xiaomi car, you can expect it to do a lot more than any other SUV in the market. So that's we first saw 5G networks in India. So it's only October, which is about 27 months ago, is when 5G was first introduced in India. And of course, we do understand the benefits of 5G in terms of latency, in terms of speeds, in terms of where it could propel us forward. But there have obviously been, in the initial days, the adoption was kind of slow. So in August of 2023, we took it upon ourselves. As Xiaomi, we decided we will start increasing or accelerating the adoption. 13C 5G in 2024 actually went on and became the #1 best-selling 5G phone for the entire year in the country. So India's best-selling 5G phone was the Redmi 13C. Now we've done Redmi 12, we've done Redmi 13C, obviously sold millions and millions of phones, gotten access for a lot of consumers onto the 5G networks. But even after all of that, today, as we stand here, only 16% of all smartphone users in India are actually using 5G. That means 84% are using 4G, 3G, or sometimes even 2G. How do we change that factor? Right? And this is where today's launch actually becomes super important. We've got the bestseller successor, the sequel to the bestseller of 2024, which was the Redmi 14C, introducing the Redmi 14C 5G. Now this is a global debut, which means India is the first country to actually get the Redmi 14C 5G. And of course, we are here for the first time talking about this amazing device. Obviously, you can get an idea in terms of how good this looks, but to talk a bit more about this device, let me call upon Sandeep.
Like Anuj mentioned, the Redmi 14C 5G is the successor to India's best-selling 5G smartphone. Now that's a tall task, right? And that's a tall claim. And once we had such a high standard to beat, So the Redmi 14C 5G, basically this looks really good and is available in 3 different colors as you saw in the video. All of them have a very unique after the launch is over, but once you see this, you will experience and appreciate the true final details that is there, whether it's the Starlight Blue, the Stardust Purple, or the Stargaze Black. While we have great CMF at the back, it's also important to have durable materials. High quality materials that really give it a premium feeling in the hand, and that's why we have a glass back on the Redmi 14C 5G, and the camera device is very slim, 8.2 millimeters with a flat frame, giving it great enhanced feel and allows you to grip it and handle it easily. And of course, while we are talking about the design, it's also important to ensure that this performs really well. Of course, this is a 5G after all, so everything fast speeds up to 2.5 gigabits per second. So no matter what you're doing, whether it's streaming content, having much better volume output, we have a very loud speaker, but we are having a volume boost function which gives you up to 150% of the overall, whether it's low blue light, the flicker-free certification, or even the circadian certification, all of it is covered to an entertainment aspect of things, right? What makes this the segment's best 5G entertainer? We have the best chipset, the 4 Gen 2 from Snapdragon, which is also very power efficient, and I'll talk more about that later. Photos. This comes with a 50 megapixel dual camera setup that gives incredible looking portraits and even great performance. And that's not all, we're giving a charger in the box. So we're giving a 33 watt charger, which is very powerful, and this is worth 1,999 rupees. And while we see waterproofing and other features to ensure that this is truly durable. Now, this is an absolutely amazing device, and that's why we think this is the 5G device for 2025 or 2025G. It's got a really great Starlight design. I don't think any other looks really good with a 120 Hz refresh rate. Sandeep spoke about the fact that the volume is boosted to a 150%. So it's also great when you're watching 4 Gen 2, making it the most powerful and the most efficient processor that you can get. A larger battery now, 5160 mAh, but I think apart from the size of the battery, UV certification for the eye display, it's powered by Xiaomi HyperOS, and you have up to 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. Now, before I get to the price part, plastic bags, plastic frames, you don't really get that premium feel. All the others are 6 nanometer Dimensity processors. So it's a more efficient, and obviously it's a Snapdragon processor. From an Antutu perspective, again, and a display size, I think nothing comes close. So when you want a large display for watching movies, or consider the best that you can get. And in fact, it adds on because it's at an incredible 9999. So an amazing starting price of 9999 for the 464. The 4 128 at 10,999, and even the 6 128 is just 11,999. I think this is the phone that is required to get the 5G adoption going in India. We are very, very confident. You will also agree with me. The phone is going to go on sale across all our retail counters. You will have this available on me.com, Amazon.
It's time to make style resolutions. resolution with the Redmi 14C 5G, the 2020 5G smartphone. Look your best with the premium Starlight design in 3 stunning styles. Starlight Blue, Stardust Purple, and Stargaze Black. Multitask with super fast 5G Snapdragon processor. Biggest and smoothest 120Hz display for big screen entertainment. Get more creative with the 50 megapixel camera, beauty shots, reels, stunning night shots, and do it all day long with the massive 5160 mAh battery. Make your New Year's style resolution with the Redmi 14C 5G, the 2020 5G smartphone.
Absolutely stunning. I don't know if you should have more light.
So don't close that, sir. Go on,